Hi everyone, this is Hitesh. What's up? I'm making this video. This is going to be pretty messy because I don't have any script ready with me, but I just felt the importance of sharing this part of an observation which I felt almost 2 weeks ago, and it was going inside my mind and just felt like making a video about it which might help other people. So first of all, this video is not for everyone, quote unquote normal people. I'm not being offensive about normal people, obviously, just trying to make a joke. So this video is more for people who are too much into self-development, spirituality, personal development and stuff like this. I have been a part of the community from a very long time, and I know a lot of people who do. But yeah, if you are someone with who doesn't get interested from all these stuff, this video is probably not for you, but you can still go ahead if you are interested. So almost 2 weeks ago, I observed something. I'm using some couple of tools for self introspection and you know um, discovering yourself and stuff, which I'll talk about in some other video probably. But yeah, I've discovered something and I just want to share with you. I just voluntarily eliminated a very important and very crucial part of my personality. Not personality, to be very frank, but a very important part of my routine. I just eliminated that and throwed it away very happily. So I mean that part which I call was a very rigorous, very painful exercise which I was performing from last 5 years. It was painful for a reason, because it was not a natural part of me, and I used to push it and hustle it for it to be a natural part of my personality so that I can get the results which I desired through it. And it worked with an extent that I was quite happy with it. If you would ask me almost a month ago, uh, whether you want to eliminate that part, or whether you want to skip that part, or maybe think about quitting it, I would gladly say a fuck off to you, because that part is actually very precious and actually very important, was actually very important for me. But all of a sudden my perspective just changed. So this is number one takeaway, right? Self introspection, self analysis of emotions and how you're feeling is pretty important, because you never know what what sort of person you're evolving into, right? And this is a sort of evolution which one can only see when they are self-aware and self-reliant and self-observed observer about their own emotion. You should be a good observer. Okay, so that thing is going on from last 5 years approximately, maybe more, six, maybe something like this. And from last 1.5 year, I'm pretty rigorous and pretty regular with that particular exercise. And that exercise is pretty awful, painful. It gives me all the bad emotions, but I still used to do it. Like I said, this video is for people who push themselves too hard into something, especially stuff related with personality or spirituality. So I'm sort of a person who push myself to a level that it becomes painful to me, but eventually it gives results. So I mean, people tend to avoid bad emotions for a reason, right? And people who are like me, they tend to go for it. The point is, why I took this decision of eliminating that sort of routine from my life, or why I thought I would like to be a different person, is the reason why I started, or the reason a person who is somehow not feeling good enough within himself or herself start a habit, is because they want to be good at something, right? So let me give you a very quick example of what I'm trying to say. I'll try to make the point quick. Is so let's suppose you have anger issues, or a person X has anger issues, and you want to suppress it. So someone gave you a sort of exercise or tools to do it in a regular way, so that your anger can be controlled, and eventually your anger is not controlled, and you are a person with less anger issues now, or probably no anger issues anymore, and you're still, sort of doing that exercise, and you will eventually always do that exercise, right? Because you tend to feel that this exercise is the reason why you are away from what you never wanted to start with, right? So basically you won over that particular habit because of taking some certain actions, and now you won't stop those actions. So this is the point which I'm trying to make. So let me be very clear that I'm not against habits. It's a good thing. It makes your life better. I'm not against discipline. It's the super important thing. But the point I'm trying to make here is a person who goes into a particular habit which especially affects his or her personality is because they want to make their life better. They want to have good emotions about stuff, and when they do it, when they are in the process, they tend to have even more bad emotions. They tend to face even more bad emotions because of that habit which is fixing the previous one. They are having a routine, and which gives them bad emotions because it's very resistive and restrictive in nature, most for the most part, not always again, but many times. And you tend to push it, you tend to hustle, and you tend to change it again. Then again that thing is giving you bad emotions. The habit, the routine, whatever it is, since it's not natural, it will always give some sort of bad emotion, and there should be a time when you should realize that you don't need to do it anymore. That's the agenda, my friends. So this is finally I'm at the topic of the video. So you don't need to hustle more than required. You don't need to be disciplined more than required. You don't need to push yourself hard more than required. I'm nowhere against performing a habit. Again, I'm saying I'm nowhere against discipline. I'll give you a very short example. So we have satellites, right? It needs to escape the Earth's gravity. So how do it do it? How do you do it? So you tend to have a lot of engines around it, turbojet engines, which pushes the satellite or the rocket so hard that it takes a lot of force to skip that gravitational orbit or that gravitational force of Earth. And then once you skip it, what you do you keep that engines turned on? No, you need to drop those engines. So I mean, the life and the nature is like this. So once you escape that gravitational orbit, you don't need to carry engines anymore, because that's the end part of it, right? You need to you need to free flow, and you need to be yourself, and you do not need any external habit or external routine to be someone else, which you're not. And you have used that tool to a level where you are out of certain thing, and now it's up to you. So leave those habits, leave those heavy engines aside, because you're obviously out of that gravitational orbit. Now you are in vacuum, just free flow. And how do you know you are in your vacuum? That's where again the self observation comes. You will get those signals yourself. Don't make a mistake. Don't drop something which is helping you again, but drop it when it's actually required and when it's actually becoming a burden on you. It's like an education, right? You do your graduation, then you get a job. Graduation is pretty painful, education is pretty painful. It's important, but you don't do it all the time. You have to get a job. That's free flowing your education, right? So you need to observe that point when you need to leave that certain thing for your own good sake, so that the real you can come out. All the years of practice and stuff, that's okay, that's wonderful, that helped you, good, fine, cool. But try to make a something out of it, so that try to extract the natural element from it. And that's what you are, and that's painless, and that's free flow. And then that's evolution v2. So I hope I'm clear. A pretty messy video again, but I just hope maybe someone got affected. I hope you have a good you know, lock down a good year, a perfect mental health, and a happy life. And may you achieve all your dreams. Okay, bye.